Bolshevik communism.
This actually goes back to the French Revolution.
Well, that was a Freemasonic coup as well. They played a big part in that. But what I'm saying is the Bolsheviks, when they got kicked out of Russia, they ran into Germany to hide. And then they started all that communist socialist stuff up there again. And that's what actually like spurred Hitler on to like join the National Socialists, which was the opposition to the bourgeoisie Bolshevik people. And yeah, and then eventually they kicked them out of the country too, and they fled into Europe, and that's why Mark is the way he is today, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But when we talk about cause and effect, I don't ever see the discussion being had in the mainstream about the part that the Allied forces played into causing that whole conflict, because the history is always written by the victor, and you know, since we won, we never hear about our fault in the whole thing. So I'm always wondering about that.
The Weimar Republic is what people really need to focus on. They need to understand the harsh treatments that was put on the Germans.
Weimar. Yeah, even though it's got a W in the Germans pronounce it V.
Well, I mean, that you know, you got to look at the harsh treatments that was put on them by the French. First of all, that because of war reparations, and there was no way Germany could have ever freaking paid back those war reparations on their own in that condition. And poverty hit Germany really, really hard. Now, like I said, there was that animosity as well from freaking even before World War I, you know, and France didn't help out very much when they did what they did after World War I. So then you had the follow-up, which is World War II, okay? And World War II was the beginning of the end. And I personally feel that what it was this socialist revolution against freaking the old empires.
I agree with that.
You see?
Well, yeah, we were seeing empires destroyed. Yeah, we've seen the 19th century, 19th century colonization. Not only colonization, but the sort of idea of monarchies throughout Europe, many European countries being destroyed.
Right. And
it seems like the galvanizing point there was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, right?
Yeah.
He was the leader of the Austro-Hungarian throne, and he got assassinated supposedly by this Serbian guy. Yeah. But there are some like conspiracy theories out there that he was part of the Black Hand, which was like a military arm of the Freemasons / Illuminati people.
Why aren't I surprised that you're going to bring that up?
The Black
everything is done. Everything is caused by the Illuminati.
Well, I mean, this is just the story that is out there.
The Illuminati, the Black Hand is also supposed to be a part of Operation Gladio.
Really?
Yeah. The Stay Behind You.
I thought that was way later on, Operation Gladio.
They're supposed to be a far right freaking extremist mercenary group that assassinates people.
But that's more in the like 90s later on, isn't it?
They're supposed to be around. They're supposed to still be around someone, I guess. They're saying that they were also a part of the assassination on the Jewish Olympians that freaking were killed during what was 1970 something Olympics.
Okay.
Whenever
founded in 1948.
Yeah. But yeah, they're you hear about all this stuff all over the place. And they're not just like they're not Illuminati. You know what I mean? It's like let's not say this is the Illuminati. I'm not.
No, not necessarily, but they are related to the CIA. They like stay behind groups of the CIA back in the Cold War, and they basically buried caches of like weapons throughout Europe and like left them there as sleeper cells, basically to cause shit later on when they wanted. But this is way before then. I'm talking about old money, old tactics to overthrow governments. Like the Black Hand is part of like secret societies going way back, you know. And I just don't know if there's any good evidence for it or not.
You gotta stop playing freaking Resident Evil or wait, no, what is it? Assassin's Creed.
There's actually a lot of.
I don't like that franchise at all. I find that franchise tedious and.
Of course you don't, Mark. Of course you don't.
Yeah,
you don't want to accept the truth.
In the secret of the darkness within the closet of Mark Edwilly comes the game Assassin's Creed 3.
Everything is fine.
Honey, what you doing in there? I'm just masturbating. I'd rather admit to masturbating in the closet than playing Assassin's Creed, you know what I mean?
I cannot stand that franchise at all.
Yeah, I know. Freaking now, before we get too carried away, we need to freaking go over the freaking elections. You said it was Reform Night of.
When we were going to get back on track, we really
just a little side mission.
A little side mission. Yeah, good that last half an hour.
Now, apparently, there's some cool shit that happened in freaking England where you guys got freaking overran by the Liberals. I believe was that what? Or who was it that actually won the elections last night?
Figures still coming in, I believe, and I believe that we won't get full results until Monday.
Okay, so
but at this present moment, it looks like Reform has done, Reform being one of the sort of alternative new parties, as you may want to call them, National Socialists. Using your
do you guys have
whatever definition you want to use, but they are the one of the alternative, as Mr. Robert would call them, populist parties, and they are winning local elections up and down, local seats up and down the country. Remember that this is local elections and not a general election. So you've got to take local elections in a different sort of light as you do with general elections. General elections is about voting.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at the borders and stuff and more international things. Whereas when you vote for a local election, you're thinking about who's going to pick up your rubbish, and who's going to tend your local park, and who's going to aid in local police and stuff.
Okay. And you're located down by freaking London, right? Right there, right? Canterbury?
I'm based in Devon, so I'm the other side.
You're on the other side.
Southwest, southeast here.
So yeah, you're not even. It's not even in on you yet, is it? Because I know they've got what is it? Gloucester and Salisbury's in the gray. Oxford is in the yellow, and
I think I think for I have not yet look. Again, I'm really going to wait until Monday. And remember, Monday is a bank holiday as well. So, but more than likely, we'll have full results in by Monday.
Now, Canterbury's in the blue, and freaking Cambridge and Oxford is in the yellow, and then North Hampshire and North Hampshire is, I guess they're split in half and they're blue. So you guys are still freaking doing a lot right there. Like the regions of what I see are still freaking not even marked yet.
Yeah, like I said, the elections were only yesterday or Thursday. no, it's Saturday, technically. So yeah, it's been a day since the elections. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm still got to wait for everything to be counted.
Okay, so this is the reason why, just so everybody knows why I never call Mr. Robot a hippie, even though I should call him a hippie because he does have hippie qualities. But
I've joined the hippies at certain times in my life, but yeah.
Well, you joined.
They're great fun, not super organized, but
yeah.
I've got potential.
But one point I want to make is Reform is the sort of new guys on the block, politically speaking, and obviously, like most countries, we've had we've had a sort of uni-party sort of situation. So we've either had Conservatives or Labour. And Liberal Democrats being the third sort of option. So seeing this new party gets such a traction in a very short time, it's quite remarkable.
Now it says right here, freaking Reform has put the two traditional parties on notice. We don't know where this ends. So
again, you have to consider that it is a local election, so people may be voting in local elections just as a...
He froze up. See, that's what happens when you try to...
It doesn't really have a major impact when it comes to the wider nation itself.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking
about impact on local, yeah.
Now, we've got to talk to Mr. Robot. He says he doesn't have very much information on elections in Australia, but
I'm pulling up all the parties now that you can vote. Like I literally have to go vote after we hang up here.
Okay.
I haven't done a ton of research on all the different parties yet, but I kind of know who I want to go for. My whole issue with it is here we have a what do you call it? A preferential voting system, right? Uh-huh. Instant runoff voting, single transferable vote, referred to as preferential voting in Australia. So what happens is you've got two main ways of voting. The first way is you either vote A or B, one of the two main parties, right? Nice and easy. Most people like easy, right? The other way, if you don't want to vote for those two main parties, is you get a list of 80 different parties and you have to correctly label them in the order of which you want to vote for them. Because if your first vote doesn't get in, your vote transfers to the next party that has the most votes. And if they don't get in, it's another runoff and it goes to the next party that gets in. All the way down to the two main parties. So the results are basically the same.